Where are you guys from?
Panama.
Oh, really? All of you?
San Diego, California.
Okay.
Chicago.
All from, how do you guys know each other?
School.
Okay, where you guys, NYU?
Yeah.
The question of the day is, like, we'll just start off easy. Like, are you afraid of death?
Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty scared of death.
And then what's the reason behind that?
Because, like, I mean, no one knows, like, what comes next. Like, I'm religious, but, I mean, it still kind of scares me, you know?
Like, what religion are you then?
I'm Christian.
So do you think you're gonna go to heaven, or like?
I mean, I hope, yeah.
I hope so.
Do you know the one way to get into heaven that Christian people say?
Because you believe in Jesus.
Yes, all right. Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. All right.
Are you afraid of death?
No.
No? Why not?
Really. Well, because I do think there is life after death in some way. I'm not exactly sure in which, but I feel like death in a way, of course it's sad because you're losing people and you're losing everything, but at the same time, like, you were kind of dead before you were born, so you're just kind of going back to that.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Well, I'm afraid of dying right now because I haven't even began living yet.
Yeah.
So I don't want to die now.
Yeah, like later when I'm like 100.
Well, I won't be afraid of death when I'm like 90 something.
You don't want to live that long?
I don't want to put my loved ones' lives, like, I don't want to make the people around me lives miserable by like having to take care of me and pay for me and everything.
Okay.
So like if I'm really sick, like, just let me. Right?
So you're cool with being old, but not with being like elder, like,
Not being like, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when like before my grandmother passed, she was just not the same woman, and so almost
like
it's like
mentally
a
and
release.
physically.
So it's
yeah.
like I was only really sad for myself when she died, and so I think there's a point where life is like. But also, I do believe there is some sort of afterlife, but I'm not sure.
So you guys want to quit while you're ahead?
Quit No, I'm not gonna kill myself.
All right, where are you guys from?
I'm from California.
And?
I'm from South Africa.
Oh, and you're just visiting?
No, I've moved here.
Okay, same.
I live here as well.
Yeah? What do you guys think of New York?
Very busy, very crowded, kind of smelly sometimes.
Do you like that? Or
No.
not the smelly part, but the other parts?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Depends on my mood.
Okay. And what about you? Compared to South Africa, what do you think of New York?
It's a lot safer than South Africa, and I would say South Africa is a lot more dirty. And a lot more smelly actually.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All
A
right.
lot more busy though. It is a lot more busy. Yeah.
So it's more New York. So it goes California, New York, South Africa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, real quick, are you afraid of death?
Not currently, but
And what's the reason behind that?
I don't know. I think I just live in the moment, and I'm not trying to think too far ahead. But
No, I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of that.
And then next question, are you afraid of death?
No.
And why?
I feel like it's part of the natural cycle. I mean, death happens to everything and everyone. It's part of just living, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about you? Are you afraid of death?
I used to be very afraid of death. I was actually like terrified of it for many years, and I was very Christian up until a couple of years ago. And I think those religious beliefs, they kind of soothed that fear of death, but then they also intensified it just because of the idea of hell and like being condemned forever. But since I've stepped away from those beliefs, I think, like Senya said, it's just like a natural part of life. Like all natural beings, they die, and wherever we end up is wherever we end up. I don't know if there's anything we can do to change that. I just see it as natural.
Yeah, and then when you left religion, do you feel like you replaced it with something else, or what kind of?
No, I mean, I don't think I replaced, I mean, maybe actually. I think my morals definitely changed, because when you're in a religious group, your morals are structured to what that religious group, says to follow. And I think that from that point on, I had to kind of rebuild what I find moral and what I find immoral. And that's difficult, because when you're just your own person, you have to kind of go off your own beliefs and your own, rights and wrongs. So it was interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, do you think that morality is subjective or objective?
That's a really difficult question. I mean, I think I think it is subjective in some senses. Like, I don't know, when I was religious, there was this whole, like, I don't know, what you should wear, what you can look like, you know, if you can get tattoos, piercings, things like that. I don't necessarily believe that that's wrong, but there are some groups that do believe it's wrong, so I feel like it is subjective in
Yeah.
some senses.
And then what do you think about that? Do you think that morality is subjective or objective?
I would agree with what she said. Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that was the interview. Thank you guys so much for being a part of it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. Have a great rest of your day. You too.
Thank you.